Hi, so the last time I did the Holy Stone, this time I got a small package. This is another drone. This is not a GPS drone, and there's been a lot of controversy. Some people are like, oh, it should be GPS, and other people are like, oh, it's cool that you can fly it manually. There's no controller. You can buy a controller for it. Anyway, let's get to it. So just open this small package, and of course there's the inevitable bubble wrap. The High Great Mark, that's what it's called. And there you see it, nicely packaged, and there's some weight to this. And there's a picture of the drone. It's supposed to have a 4K camera on it. And you can get it in 3 different colors. You can get it in white, red, or black. And this is the black model. And now, they're supposed to send me an extra battery for this. You're supposed to get, I think, 20 minutes to the battery, maybe 15. Actually, I can't remember that, so I'll have to get back to you on that. But anyway, it has the cameras on the front, and it's supposed to be reasonably good quality. You can set it to 1080p, and I think there's a 4K option. Now, I think that's what it's saying. It's advertising as 4K, and that's one of the reasons I got it. So you don't get this with the controller. If you want the controller, you have to order it, separately. So bear that in mind. So we're just going to quickly open this. And it's nice. I bought this in China, but the back has like English, looks like French, German. I don't see any Chinese on it, which nothing bad about that, but it's just kind of strange. Something made in China doesn't have any Chinese writing on it. So just quickly take this wrapper off here. And I gotta say, I love when there's weight to something. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but when something weighs, it feels weighted, I tend to think, well, there's probably some quality to it, something like that. I'm gonna put a little light there. So there you are. And just try, it is sealed right here. It looks like it's sealed. Yes, it is. There's a little seal here. So I'm gonna have to break that seal with my good old trusty knife. And it doesn't look like there's one on the other side. So it looks like the cover should come right off of this thing. So I'm lifting it off this way. And yeah, the cover is coming up. So have a look at this thing. I've never looked at it. So the cover comes off, and there you have the introduction, which says thank you. And on the back it says, "Dear Mark user, thank you so much for choosing Mark Intelligent Aircraft." So there you have it, an official thank you. And right away you can see the drone. It looks good. Okay, I'm just going to say, if you look at that looks quite nice, and it has the High Great logo on it. The props are tucked under. There's kind of a little protective shield here, and they go underneath of that, so they're not just floating out there. So, and right beside it, of course, is the package of accessories. And I'm not really sure what's in here, but we're going to find out. So I pick it up, and there's like the black box, which always seems to be an aeronautical thing. So we open it this way, and looks like these are extra propellers. There's little packages of extra props right on the top. So yeah, and there's a little Allen wrench, looks like. So and with some screws, and I'm assuming that has something to do with the props, keeping them intact. And I got this with extra batteries, I think. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Unless there's one with it. I'm gonna have to check this situation out here. I'm not sure if I got 2 batteries with this or 1, or maybe it comes with 2. So this is the battery enclosure. So this is the battery, and this is the charger. It's a 1500 milliamp, but boy, it's not very big. It's small, and this is the charger. And there's a plug there for the charging unit. So I guess this goes in like so, like this way, there, or maybe this way. Yeah. So the battery actually clamps in. So basically you, let's see how you get this out. Oh, okay, so you lift it out this way and you put the back in. You put the back in first and it slides down, and then you press it down to make contact. And it's an intelligent battery, I guess they call it. And this battery is showing no signs of life. So the charging unit is also here in this nice kind of sort of soft plastic, I guess. And this is the charger. Okay, so the battery just clamps in too. 2 cameras here. So basically you have to push it up and then the battery is released. I can't say as I'm big on that. Seems like you put a little bit of extra force in there. But anyway, so there it is. And there's the whole drone. And you pull the legs out like so. This drone is really small. So you pull the legs or the arms, whatever you want to call these things for the props. And the props are really kind of puny in this thing. Look at that. I mean, when this thing is fully extended, it's still going to fit in the palm of your hand. This is not a large device. And I don't suspect that you're going to get a lot of range with this. I expect that you're going to be controlling this with your phone. So you got to be prepared for limited range. And a lot of people are thinking it should be like the DJI Spark and it should, get some decent range. But I'm expecting and suspecting that this is more of a selfie drone or something that you just want to, maybe if you want to go up above a tree and get a picture of something locally, within your immediate vicinity. That's the kind of drone this really is. I wouldn't say that it's made for anything more than that. It's got a camera here and another one here, which I'm assuming has something to do with the system this drone uses, which is I think it's VAO or VOI. It's a system where it recognizes where things are and it moves accordingly. So this actually works fairly well inside. There's nothing. Anyway, the apps are to be found on the Google Play Store, and I'm assuming wherever you get your iOS stuff. There is a little port in the back right here. There's this port in the back, and I think that's for getting your video out. I think the storage is inside. There is no micro SD slot with this, but apparently the camera's supposed to be quite good, and I think that this one here is for the drone to recognize where it's at. So that's sort of the selling feature of this. The selling feature of this is that it recognizes where things are. It doesn't use GPS. So don't expect it to use GPS. This is fully manual, but it does have this built-in feature where, it will move around things. And apparently you can use this thing to get really close to objects without the fear of hitting them, even if you're in manual control. So I'm going to be trying that out. I don't know a lot about this drone, so if it seems like really sparse in the information, it's because this is kind of a new kind of product or a new kind of technology, the system they're developing. This, from what I understand, this was a Kickstarter project, and but it seems fairly robust. It's small, very compact, and this might just be good if you're just on a vacation and you're on the beach and you want to take a few shots that are, just around you, and you want to have good quality to them, which would be like, 4K quality, then this might be the drone for you. I wouldn't say this is the kind of drone you'd want to take mountain climbing with you, and you wouldn't want it to, to get too far away from you. I'm not sure this would have a lot of range. So I'm going to read the manual. I'm going to read up on it. I am going to have a video about the Hydrate Mark and see how it goes. This drone seems to have really polarized people. Some people love it and other people hate it. Some people think it's great and so on. So with that said, I'm going to try it and I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to download the app, put it on my phone, and we're going to see how it goes. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. So now we're going to look at the Mark drone first. So I'm just going to take the cover off and show you what we're dealing with here. So I'll just move this camera down. So we take the box off, or the cover off, and we do have the charger here. It comes with its own charger, which is a fairly robust feeling charger, and the battery goes in here and you plug the charger in here. and then you plug it into the wall. And this here is a really small battery. Look how small that is. But you do get about, in my experience, anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes, but I would say 12 minutes safely on this, which doesn't sound long, but when you're shooting 4K, this will suck up the energy, this drone. But it's good. It's good. I like it. So here's the drone itself. So I pick it up like this. It does have a really good build quality, or it feels like that. The props are in here. They're kind of protected by this little shield, which if you pick it up by this, you got to be careful. I've noticed sometimes this will actually pop out. It's just plastic. You just snap it back in. But the rest of the drone, the whole drone feels really nice. The quality feels good. There's no particular order you can pull them out in, or that you need to. You just pull them out, and that's the size of the drone. It's small, but it has a nice weight. The battery goes in here. There's no SD card for this. It's built into the drone. It's got 16G built in. Now remember, if you're shooting in 4K, it's going to fill that card really quickly. If you're shooting in 1080p, not so much. So it also has a system where this camera here looks at the environment and okay, so I got interrupted by a phone call. But anyway, this is the high mark drone, or the high great mark drone, and this is with the props out, and the battery is in. Now I use this a little bit. Anyway, this has some sort of optical stabilization system, which is, it's not GPS. It's either VOI or VIO. I'm not sure which it is, and it doesn't really matter. It's very complicated, but what it does is this bottom camera here that's tilted like at 45 degrees, this looks at the environment to see what the environment is like, and it holds the drone according to that bottom, or this front tilted camera. The front facing camera, which is fixed, that's your 1080p and your 4K camera. And this is not on a gimbal, so it is a bit shaky. In 1080p, it's got stabilization, which is really nice. But on 4K, it doesn't, but you can clean it up a bit in post. But the color quality is really good, because I've tried this. Anyway, this camera here, like I say, has that VOI or VIO. I can't remember what an acronym for it is. But basically what it does is it looks around itself, so to speak, and it analyzes, and it makes sure when it sees things, it can sort of move around, or it doesn't land on those things. It's something like that. It's sort of similar to an optical avoidance system. That's my understanding. Not exactly like that, but it uses that to position itself. Not to avoid things, but to position itself. And the thing is that you got to be careful. If you're on an all the same surface, it'll give you a signal on your phone saying that, that it's not a good surface for taking off. So if you're in a field that's all green, like other YouTubers have said, or if you're on all concrete, like in a stadium or something, it's going to have trouble positioning itself. Not if you fly manually, of course. This does have a feature where it goes, you can just manually lift it up. It goes up to maybe nearly a meter automatically. Then you can take control and fly it. The APP on the phone is really easy to use. I really like this drone because I love the quality. It has, like, I think it's a 13 megapixel camera, maybe higher. But it has really good resolution. The color quality is very good. The video color quality on the 4K camera footage is really, really amazing for the price of this drone. So we're going to have a look at this thing flying around. Thank you. Turn on the drone here. There's a button on the back. Turns green. So we're just going to set it down. And right now what it's doing is it's using that front tilted camera to kind of analyze the environment there. And there is a lot of difference there, so it shouldn't have any trouble. And it's pretty much ready to go now. I'm going to make sure that it is. So it's showing a picture of that wood there. So I've got it set to outside. I'm going to set it to 4K video. So I put it to 4K. Now I'm going to hit this and it's going to take off automatically. and it gives you a little countdown so you confirm. It says begin to take off in English.